Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to BWCAadventures.com. This is Jordan Condell, and today I want to talk to you if you have never been to the Boundary Waters before and are planning your first trip. So it is a little bit tricky kind of trying to figure out all the permits and the entry points and figuring out what you need to do to get yourself out to the Boundary Waters. So I'm going to walk you through it really quick. So let's go ahead and do a Google search for BWCA permits, and we'll go to recreation.gov. So there's a bunch of other ones that say permit information and all that kind of stuff, but the recreation.gov is where you need to go to sign up for your permit. So this is the site. Now, if you're going for a day trip into the Boundary Waters, you don't actually need to have a permit. You can just fill out a slip at the entry point, but if you're going overnight, you need to get a permit. So the first thing you need to do is figure out a date that you're going and then figure out an entry point. So the Boundary Waters has a ton of different entry points, and if we go to this tab called Permit Area Map, or if you look on your Boundary Waters map, they show the entry points on there too. And all these little tags that have an E are entry points. So you need to figure out which trip you're going to go on to, what lakes, and then find an entry point that's close to them. I'm actually going to entry point 51, which I think is, yep, here you go. Entry point 51, which is Missing Link Lake. We're doing this one in a couple weeks. So let's say we want to use this one, and then we click enter date. And this will bring up your calendar, which shows the availability. So one thing you need to know is you do not need a reservation for every single day that you're out there. So if you're out there for 3 days, you don't need a permit for this day, and this day. You only need a permit for the day that you're leaving. So this shows your availability, and R is completely reserved, so this day has no permits left, but these ones have 4 permits left that you can snag. So once you get into July and August, they fill up pretty quick, so make sure to get your permits ahead of time. This is May, so there's still quite a few permits left. So let's say that we want to leave on Saturday. We're going to do an overnight paddle, and let's update the availability. Looks like we can book our permit now. So now we need to have a login. So go ahead and sign up for a login if you don't have one. We'll go ahead and log in here. And here are the details for our permit. We have our group leader, which we already have based on our account settings. Is this a commercially guided trip? No. Is this a nonprofit? No, it is not. And then also they want to know your exit point. So you need to know exactly what your route's going to be and what exit you're going to leave at. Most often it's going to be the one that you went in at so you can get your car. But if it's something else, make sure to specify that. And the exit date, they want you to put this in, but it doesn't have to be set in stone. If something comes up and you have to leave a day early or a day late, that's not a big deal. They just want you to give kind of a guesstimate of that. So now we have our group size. And if you're planning a trip and you're not quite sure how many people are going to go yet, you can go ahead and put 1 or 2 adults, and then later on you can come back here and update it. So you might want to just snag your permit with 1 or 2 people, and then go ahead and add people to your trip later on as you get more details on your trip. You can also change the number of watercraft later, so just put 1 in for now. And just a note, you can only have 4 canoes at a time in your party. So it is $16 for an adult, and that is for a permit, meaning you could be out there for 1 night and it'll be $16. You could be out there for 10 days and it'll be $16. So that's how that works. Now, the last thing you need to know is once you get this permit, it is not sent to your house. You have to pick it up before your trip. And that is where this permit issuing station comes in. So they have tons of places where you could pick up your permit. So how are you supposed to know which one to use? Well, they have a nice little map here if you click View Issue Stations. And then you can just figure out kind of where you're going on your trip. If you're passing through Grand Marais to go up the Gunflint, for instance, you could say go to the Gunflint Ranger Station. So let's go to that one, and it's already set up here. So we'll pick up our permit at the Gunflint Ranger Station. Now, just a side note, make sure to check the hours of the station. If you're raring to go at 5 a.m., you want to get an early start, but they don't open that early. You might be waiting around for a couple hours till they open. So make sure to check when they open, or you could go the day before and get your permit if you want to get an early start. So that's how that works. You get your permit, it goes to this station, and you pick it up there. So besides that, that is it. All you have to do is, yes, I have read everything, and then continue and pay for it. So that is recreation.gov, how you order your permits. All you need to know is your dates, your entrance point, and then you need to know your station where you're going to pick them up at. So that's it for reserving permits. That is all you need to do. It's really, really simple, and now you know how to do it. So I hope that helps, guys. Happy adventuring, and we'll talk again next time. Bye, everybody.